Oh, tell me a little bit about what went into making this year's TV of Tomorrow.
A huge amount of research, a lot of phone calls.
And what is the overriding theme that you want to get across?
We try very hard to make sure that the right people are here, the people who are doing the very innovative are here, and the right executives are here that are showing you what's possible and what kind of work that they're pursuing and what kind of opportunities are available for everybody else in the room. So this is a collaborative effort between myself and my husband, Richard Washburn, and we study the industry day in and day out and talk to people for months ahead so we can understand exactly not only what they're interested in doing, but we have our own interests, and so we collaborate, we curate the experience of TVOT. I think that the key themes that are going on here that are ATSC 3.0, addressability, there's a lot of stuff on news and advertising, but the San Francisco show, which will be June 17th and 18th, is going to be a whole different ballgame because it's an election year. So I'm already doing a lot of planning for that, and it's going to be another great event.
So looking back, because we've been talking for maybe 8 years or more, what have you seen as the greatest change to media? I know there have been a lot, but for you, what is the most impactful?
Well, after all of these years, we went from just regular broadcast TV to everything being completely interactive. I mean, we take it for granted. That's how I started, was as an interactive TV, right? Our publication is still called Interactive TV today. And yet, interactive TV isn't necessarily mentioned as a term, but you can't access content on Netflix or, do social media and TV and do ATSC 3.0, or, well, that's still coming soon, but every single thing that's happening in the television industry today is interactive, requires you to click, requires you to make choices. So that's the biggest sea change. It's so pervasive that it's invisible.
So let's say we're sitting here 5 years from now. What would you tell me about the media ecosystem?
Well, we're very excited about what ATSC 3.0 is going to do, which is the technology that the government is behind that's going to completely transform local broadcasting. So it's going to be launched this next year in 2020, and I expect that local broadcast news, sports, weather is going to transform people's lives in their own localities, because you're going to get all kinds of services and content in your car, and on your refrigerator, on your phone, wherever you want it. So I think local programming probably will become less, perhaps, stiff. And I think we'll see a huge new generation of people who will have access to those tools to create their own programming in their own community. And I think that's going to be a massive sea change as well.
So what advice would you give to a media executive today?
Watch ATSC 3.0. Definitely come to TVOT events because we do our homework. We make sure that we know what's coming up. I would say that interactive TV is definitely still emerging, and some networks are getting behind it. And so look to find ways to monetize live programming, news programming. I would also look to what YouTube is doing. There's a lot of innovation that's coming up that way. And I think there's going to be a massive change as far as the broadcasters are concerned, because they're going to face more and more competition. So our job here is to make sure that they're showing everybody what they're up to, but also we are mixing them with all kinds of other people they need to know about too, to make sure they stay relevant. And all of the companies that serve them, all the advertising companies, tracking, measurement, are keeping in contact so that they can get the job done. I will say that some of the biggest change that's going to happen is probably that more data will be delivered, and it will be more trackable, and addressable advertising will be everywhere. Absolutely.
Thank you.